Welcome back to English Weaver, where we help you learn English through stories, listening, and shadowing. Today we're diving into a powerful yet often overlooked topic, journaling in English for growth. So grab a cup of tea, sit back, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on our weekly episodes. Let's begin. Have you ever had one of those moments late at night when your mind just won't stop racing? Thoughts swirling, feelings you can't name, memories dancing in and out? That was me, about 2 years ago, sitting on the floor of my small apartment in a city far from home. I had moved to a new country for work. Everything was unfamiliar. The language, the people, even the way they smiled felt different. I felt completely lost. That night, unable to sleep, I grabbed an old notebook and started to write. Not in my native language, but in English. I didn't know why I chose English. Maybe it was because it felt like a blank slate, a fresh way to express what I didn't even fully understand. I started simply, "I miss home. Today was hard. I had no one to talk to." I wrote slowly, word by word, sentence by sentence. That was the beginning of something that would change my life. I didn't know it then, but I had just started my journey of growth through journaling. I wasn't just practicing English. I was understanding myself, piece by piece. Since that night, I've journaled almost every day. Sometimes it's 1 page, sometimes 5. Sometimes it's messy and emotional, sometimes it's clean and thoughtful. But the habit stuck, and it started transforming the way I saw the world and myself. And I'm not alone. Many people around the world are discovering the quiet power of journaling in English. It's not about being perfect. It's about being honest, showing up, and letting the words lead the way. You don't need fancy grammar, you need heart. In today's talk, we're going to explore why journaling in English is more than a learning technique. It's a tool for growth, a mirror for your soul, and a bridge between where you are and where you want to be. We'll go through the reasons why this practice matters, the benefits you'll gain, and the risks if you ignore this simple habit. Then, we'll break down how you can start, step by step, even if you've never written a journal before. We'll also face the real-life challenges, the times when you don't know what to write, when your grammar feels embarrassing, when your inner critic whispers, "This is stupid." But I'll show you how to overcome all of that. By the end, I hope you'll feel not only inspired but equipped. You'll leave with a plan, a clear path, and maybe even the courage to write your first journal entry tonight. This journey isn't just about English. It's about you. So if you've ever felt stuck in your language learning, or stuck in life in general, stick around. Because what I'm about to share might just be the most personal and practical advice you'll hear today. Let's begin with the deeper why behind this practice. Let's go back to that lonely night. When I started writing, I wasn't trying to be deep. I was just trying to breathe. But each sentence I put down brought me back to myself. And maybe, just maybe, it can do the same for you. Let's start by talking about why journaling in English matters so much. You might think it's just writing practice, but it's far more than that. It's a tool that builds mental clarity, emotional stability, and language fluency all at the same time. Writing gives your thoughts a place to live. When we leave our emotions inside, they swirl around, causing confusion. But when we write them down, we make sense of them. We organize chaos. We translate feelings into words. In English, that process becomes even more powerful. Because you're not just learning how to describe your day, you're learning how to express your truth. You're learning to find the words for who you are in another language. Think about it. We don't just think in words, we also feel in words. If you lack the words, sometimes you can't fully understand your feelings. Journaling gives you those words, and in English it gives you a whole new voice. Now imagine this. You wake up feeling heavy. You open your journal. You write, "I don't feel good today. I don't know why." And then you keep writing. After 10 minutes, you realize it's because of a conversation you had yesterday. That's clarity. Now imagine doing that every day. You begin to notice your patterns. You see your highs and lows. You understand your triggers. That's emotional intelligence, and you're learning all this in English. What happens if you don't journal? Well, You risk staying stuck. You miss the lessons life is trying to teach you. You repeat the same emotional mistakes. You continue speaking English only in boring, academic ways. Without journaling, language learning becomes robotic. You learn vocabulary lists, but forget how to talk about what really matters. You miss the emotional connection that makes language alive. Many learners struggle with speaking because they have nothing personal to say. Journaling solves that. It gives you daily practice in self-expression. You build confidence not just in English, but in who you are. It also reduces anxiety. When you write about your fears, you reduce their power. When you name what's hurting you, you begin to heal. This isn't just theory. Science backs it up. Journaling lowers stress and improves mood. In fact, studies show that people who journal regularly sleep better, focus better, and even strengthen their immune systems. Now add English to the mix, and you're getting double the growth. Another reason journaling is powerful is because it tracks your journey. When you look back at entries from 3 months ago, you'll see how far you've come. You'll see improvement in your English. But more than that, you'll see emotional growth. Journaling is your personal documentary, your story, told in your words, at your pace. You don't need an audience. You don't need likes. You just need honesty. And a few minutes a day. So many learners say they want to sound natural. Journaling helps you with that, because real-life English is full of feelings, opinions, and stories, and journaling teaches you to share those things naturally. If you skip this practice, you might find yourself stuck in textbook English forever, always thinking before speaking, always afraid of making mistakes. But when you journal, you get used to making mistakes and learning from them. Think of journaling as a safe gym for your English muscles. You write, you train, you build strength. No judgment, no pressure, just growth. Every sentence is one step forward. It also helps you set goals and solve problems. Many journal entries start with confusion and end with clarity. When you write about a challenge, you often find the solution in your own words. That's self-coaching. The benefits don't stop there. Journaling improves memory. When you write things down, you remember them better. This helps not only in language learning, but also in daily life. And here's something beautiful. Journaling in English allows you to talk to your future self. What do you want your future self to remember? What lessons do you want to pass on? Your journal becomes a gift to the person you're becoming. Now let's be honest. It's easy to ignore this habit. Life gets busy. You're tired. You don't know what to write. But every time you skip it, you lose a chance to grow, not just in English, but in life. If you take one thing from this talk, let it be this. Your thoughts matter. Your feelings matter. Your story matters. And journaling is how you honor all of that, in English, in your voice. So now that we understand why journaling is so powerful, let's move on to how to actually do it. Because knowing the benefits is one thing. But taking action, that's what changes your life. Let's say you're convinced. You believe that journaling in English might be more than just a good idea. You're inspired. You're ready. But then comes the big question, how exactly do I start? That question alone has stopped thousands of people, not because they're lazy, but because starting something new can be intimidating, especially when it involves a foreign language and opening up emotionally. The first step is simple. Don't wait for the perfect moment. There is no perfect time. There is only now. And that's where your first entry should begin. Today I decided to start. That's enough. You don't need a fancy notebook. Use whatever you have. A paper notebook, a Google Doc, the Notes app on your phone. The tool doesn't matter. The words do. Start with just one sentence. I feel tired today. Or, I had a good meal with a friend. Don't worry about grammar or spelling. What matters is that it's real, honest, yours. Once you write that one sentence, write another, then another. You'll be surprised how your thoughts begin to flow, like turning on a faucet. The first drops come slowly, then the stream gets stronger. If you don't know what to write, use prompts. Prompts are questions or ideas that spark thoughts. For example, what made me smile today? Or, What's something I wish others understood about me? Here are 5 easy prompts to get you started. 1. What was the best part of my day? 2. What challenged me today? 3. How did I feel this morning? 4. What am I worried about? 5. What do I hope for tomorrow? Use these whenever you feel stuck. Some days you'll answer 1. Other days you'll combine a few. Some days you won't need them at all. That's okay too. You can also describe your surroundings. Write about what you see, hear, or smell. This helps build vocabulary while staying present. The coffee shop smells like cinnamon. A man is reading a book with a red cover. Another technique is timestamp journaling. Set a timer for 10 minutes. Write without stopping. Don't edit, don't judge, just go. This trains your mind to express without fear. Worried about mistakes? Good, that means you care. But don't let it stop you. Mistakes are part of learning. Every native speaker made them too. Every fluent speaker still does. If you want to improve your grammar, pick one entry each week to correct. Use tools like Grammarly, ChatGPT, or Ask a Friend. But don't correct everything. Let your journal stay human. Try writing in the morning. Morning Pages, a method by Julia Cameron, suggest writing 3 pages as soon as you wake up. It clears your mind, sets the tone for the day, and builds discipline. Or write at night. Use your journal to reflect. What went well? What didn't? How did you handle it? Reflection deepens learning. It turns experience into wisdom. You can even mix languages. Start in English, switch to your native language when stuck, then come back. Over time, you'll rely less on translation and more on direct expression. Another tip? Read your entries out loud. This helps with pronunciation, fluency, and confidence. You're not just a writer, you're a speaker training your voice. Want to boost vocabulary? Choose 1 new word a day. Use it in your journal. For example, if the word is grateful, write, "I'm grateful for the quiet morning. It helped me feel calm." Over time, you'll see patterns, emotional patterns, vocabulary patterns, sentence patterns. These are the bricks of fluency and self-awareness. Let's break it into a weekly routine. Monday, set a goal for the week. Tuesday, describe a memory. Wednesday, reflect on a conversation. Thursday, write about a fear or challenge. Friday, celebrate a small win. Saturday, free writing. Sunday, review the week. This structure keeps things fresh, but you don't have to follow it exactly. Make it yours. Add drawings, quotes, or even songs that capture your mood. Consistency is key. Even 5 minutes a day builds momentum. It's not about writing perfectly, it's about showing up. Use trackers if you like. Make a calendar. Mark each day you write. Seeing those marks build up feels satisfying. It creates visual proof of your effort. One powerful approach is theme-based journaling. Focus on one topic per week. For example, Gratitude Week, where each entry reflects on what you're thankful for. Or Memory Week, where you describe memories from childhood. This improves narrative skills and deepens emotional connection to the language. Try different perspectives. Write as if you're advising a friend, or write letters to your future self. Dear future me, I hope you've learned to be kinder to yourself. You can even write dialogues. Pretend you're speaking to someone. Practice how you would express yourself. It's a fun way to prepare for real conversations. Include visuals if possible. Draw small pictures, add photos, or clip words from magazines. This creates a multisensory connection to your English learning. The more personalized your journal, the more motivated you'll feel. This isn't homework. This is your private space to grow. If you enjoy technology, try voice journaling. Record yourself speaking your thoughts. It's journaling with your voice. Later, you can transcribe or reflect on your recordings. Create rituals around journaling. Light a candle, play soft music, make tea. These rituals tell your brain, it's time to slow down and listen. Don't be afraid to feel. Some days you'll cry while writing. Other days you'll laugh. That's life. And your journal is your witness. Some people worry, what if someone reads it? If privacy is a concern, write on a locked device or use a password-protected document. Remember, journaling is not for perfection. It's for progress. You're writing your way into a stronger, wiser, more fluent version of yourself. Over time, your journal will become a map, a living document that shows where you've been and hints at where you're going, in English and in life. So now you know how to start. You have tools, prompts, routines, techniques. What's left is action. In the next part, we'll talk about how to stay consistent, even when life gets hard. Because let's be honest, motivation fades, life gets messy. But with the right mindset and a clear plan, you can turn this habit into a lifestyle. And that's exactly what we'll explore next. So take a deep breath, open a new page, and get ready to turn this into something that lasts. We all know life gets busy. Journal pages pile up, work deadlines, family demands, social notifications. They all scream for your attention. Suddenly, your notebook lies unopened. You feel guilty and tell yourself, "I'll start tomorrow." But tomorrow turns into next week. That's normal. It happens to everyone. The first challenge is inconsistency. When you miss a day, you fear you've lost momentum. Solution? Accept imperfection. Missing one entry doesn't break your habit. It's just a pause. Start again the next chance you get. Next challenge. Writer's block. You stare at a blank page, mind as empty as the sheet in front of you. When that happens, fall back on your prompts, or try a simple list. 3 things you saw today, 3 words you learned, 3 feelings you felt. Challenge 3, self-criticism. My English is too weak. My writing is childish. That inner critic can be loud. Here's your roadmap. Name that critic. Write it down as a character, give it a silly voice or name. Then thank it for caring and move on. Challenge 4, lack of ideas. Some days feel ordinary without drama or insight. Turn those days into opportunities. Write about the ordinary, the way the sun hit your window or the texture of your morning toast. Challenge 5, falling motivation. You start strong, then enthusiasm fades like an echo. Build accountability. Share a weekly summary with a friend or online group. Knowing someone's waiting makes you show up. Now let's create your action plan. This is a checklist you can follow immediately. Choose your tool, notebook, app, or document. Make it accessible and private. Set a trigger, a time or ritual that reminds you to write. Example, right after morning coffee. Schedule your sessions, even 5 minutes counts. Block time on your calendar and treat it like a meeting. Prepare prompts. Keep a list of 3 to 5 go-to questions beside you for stuck moments. Track your streak. Mark a calendar or use a habit app. Celebrate small wins, a 3-day streak, a week, a month. Find an accountability partner. Text or email a friend your weekly entry or join an online journaling community. Review weekly. Pick one entry to reread, correct, and reflect on. Notice progress in language and mindset. Plan monthly themes. Pick a topic, gratitude, goals, self-care, and dedicate 4 entries to exploring it. Schedule monthly reflections. Set aside time to look back at your journal. Highlight moments of growth and areas to improve. Adjust as needed. Your plan should fit your life. Change prompts, timing, or format if something feels off. Follow this roadmap, and you'll turn journaling into a sustainable lifestyle. In the next part, we'll wrap up with a powerful conclusion and your call to action. As we reach the end of today's journey, remember this. Journaling in English has given you a tool to clarify your thoughts, deepen your emotions, and strengthen your language skills all at once. Every time you sit down to write, you're not just practicing English, you're practicing self-discovery. You're building resilience, creativity, and confidence. Imagine looking back in 6 months. You'll see entries full of growth. You'll read words you couldn't say before. You'll feel proud of every page you filled with honesty. So here's my final challenge. Commit to 1 week of journaling right now. Use the prompts, the routines, the roadmaps we've shared. Show up each day, even if it's just a sentence. If you found value in this episode, give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe to English Weaver. Your support helps us keep creating lessons and stories that inspire. Thank you for spending your time with me today. It means the world that you're here, ready to grow with words. Before you go, I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing you hope to discover through journaling? Leave your thoughts in the comments below so we can learn together. Don't forget to share this video with friends who might benefit from a simple habit that changes everything. Journaling in English for growth. Keep weaving your story one sentence at a time. I'll see you next week with another story to help you learn and grow. Until then, happy journaling, and remember, your words matter, your story matters, and you matter. Thank you for watching, and I can't wait to read your comments. What will you write about first? Let me know below.